Welcome to this week's I-26 update. There is a big surprise that I am thrilled to share with you, but before we can get to that, we have to deal with this. Yeah, slow traffic. Well, it was not a horrible thing, and I kept moving nicely, expecting to slow down in more than one place, and I ended up being okay with it, but we didn't go over 50 much at all. Oh well. When I looked on Waze, I was like, well, how far does this go? And it was, up to the Parkway Bridge. So I was like, we may have just gotten another segment for the bridge, which I'm starting to question now that I say that, but I'll have to tell you more about that next time, because I'll leave that surprise for next trip. As we put our way onto I-26, you can probably skip forward about 3 minutes. Seriously, this is not moving for quite a bit. So, twiddle our thumbs. I stopped here to see if the trucker right behind me was going to take up the gap. And I caught his eye and he waved me in, so I pulled in, immediately went over and was like, yes, I get to get a good view of the side. And then I had to stop and stop and stop again. This was slow going, but we do have some work here. We have shoulder paving. They've got trucks dumping asphalt in and the asphalt machine rolling up the hill. So that's getting finished work, which tells me that that area is getting ready for final usage. So the uh, exit ramp going up into the airport is likely to be used, well, I'll just say sooner than later. I don't think it'll be 2 months, but I'm not sure it's going to be less than 4 weeks. But, that's moving along. They did have filter paper and I-beam or rebar stand things set up, ready to be paved over. Down around the corner, you can see the dark spot there, and they had a like a sandbag at the end of it. I wonder if they're going to extend that further or not. I see that they have a little bit more prepped that they could go over, but at the same time, I'm like, maybe they won't do that. We'll see. Your guess is as good as mine at this point, unless you work on the construction crew. I think I'll put the side views on here, but I won't put all the boring stuff on. There's nothing happening until we get around the corner. So, yeah. Okay, we start moving, but not very fast and not very far. And I just didn't accelerate very fast because what's the point? I'm going to be stopping again immediately. So good. All right, we're going over the hill. And as you can see up there to the right, the houses on Rockwood Road, they have this little bit more dirt down at the bottom. I think they're setting up a better drainage uh, pond thing so that it doesn't wash out the creeks. Excuse me. I'm not being quite sure what's happening there because it looked like they had a drainage pond and then it changed, and now they've got more dirt around there. I don't know. Medians on the left are still not really changed, but we got a nice shot down here of the finished up prep work going over to the hill. And here we start moving a little bit more. Cruising along a little bit slowly. Not much happening, but we do get over the hill. But we got some awesome stuff on the other side, so don't dump the video, please. It's just going to take us a bit to get there. And yes, I'm falling way behind. Trust me, I know I'm falling way behind. I get at least a half mile, maybe a 3/4 of a mile or more behind these people. Nice looking Camry. I love that dark red color. Don't like bright red, but I do like a metallic burgundy. Deep dark colors just thrill me somehow. I was perfectly happy to go that slow because when we get up to Long Shoals and just past, it always stops there at the bottom of the hill. You know, you get one trucker trying to do two across up the hill, and he slows down to 50 or a little below, and every truck behind him can't go over 35 because they just don't have the ability to go that fast. In this case, it wasn't one truck, it was five, or was it six? I think it was 4, 5, or 6 trucks that had all creeped up this hill with something important. I'm leading on to this. Yeah, great big gap here, and yeah, I know. I had somebody behind me who finally got tired of waiting for me, and they passed me, and I was like, fine, you're not going any further than me. We both had to stop. I think we're doing about 40, 45 here, maybe 50. Compactors over on the left. I'd like to see some of those rolling around, see what they are looking like. There he goes. And I was like, yeah, whatever. You're going to be stopping very shortly anyhow. As I was saying, we're catching up to him almost immediately. You never get over the hill under the parkway going full speed because trucks can't go over 35, 40 with a full load. And when they had to slow down to almost stop for what's coming up, yeah, they didn't go very fast. Both sides were backed up, but watch, this is so cool. Somebody in my family just showed up and I can't wait to show it to them. We do have a little more. We have a little more work going over there on the side, digging out the gravel. Oh, an SVX. Those are so rare to see on the road because their transmissions are trash.
What, the red car?
Yeah, that was an SVX. I have a special place in my heart for those because it was the first sports car that I ever got in that someone actually drove like a sports car, and it was like, dude, I love speed now. Needless to say, I haven't been driving slow ever since. But we get a nice blockage of our view, and it hadn't dawned on me until right here that I hadn't seen the big crane because you can see the big crane from just about the airport because it's right beside the Parkway Bridge. And I was like, wait a minute, it's not in its normal place. What's going on? And then I saw all of the trucks. There were, I'll have to count them, 4, 5, or 6 trucks with the, yeah, ta-da, bridge beams for the auxiliary access road that they are placing. And holy Moses, that thing is kind of a big one. They got one there, uh, one up here, one backed up empty, and okay, there's 2 here, one backed up empty, so that's 4. Maybe there's only 4 for it. I don't know. I would have loved to have seen that big crane move because he moves slow. It probably took him most of 2, maybe 3 hours to get all the way down there. And we have a big surprise. If you can see it, tell me about it. But if you don't see it, you'll have to wait till the next bridge update. Big news for that. So we have the beams for the auxiliary road bridge, access road, getting put on, which means that they've got to put the decking on and pave it, which should take less than 2 months, if I remember correctly. And I pulled over here because, going down the hill, it opens up. They Somebody must have laughingly joked after listening to my video update last Monday that they want to help me out with seeing the pit over here because they cleared out this entire bottom part way more than just a little bit of weed eating. I mean, it is clear. Oh man, this is why they have the skidder because they're pulling the trees out of the pit there. Still got a Traco excavator sitting right there. And they had some digging going on here, so I'm wondering if they're starting to fill that hole back in, fill the pit. Don't know. Okay, go across the flat space, coming up to the bridge, relatively flat. This little pothole there. And they have forms down. They have forms down and they're putting down rebar here at the bridge. So they're going to pour a pad on this side of the bridge. You can see it quickly right here. They're working in the form there. And they have not finished up all the prep on the other side. So I expect that to be finished up in the next 4 weeks and paved. Maybe they'll put the pad down first. I don't know. I guess they can do it either way. But the pads on either side of the bridge, I'm expecting to see done fairly soon. They had some curbing. I think that's a curb. No, it's just another shoulder. Asphalting the shoulder over there. So, like I said last time, it's going to be interesting to see how that connection gets made to the bridge. And then they're going to pave the section going back to those mounds of dirt there, and we will be shifted over. They'll tear out this side and then rework it and pave it. So if they want to be done by August, we need to be shifted over before the end of February. We'll see if that happens. Because it takes about 6 months to tear all this out, clean it up, regrade it, refinish it, and put down the paving. I think it's possible. I think they're pretty much on track, but it might be a little tight for August, July, June, July, August. Don't think they'll hit June just because of how much work there is. If they hit June or July as the finish date, I'll be thrilled. But at this point, I'm just saying August because, anything can happen. I kind of doubt that it'll be done before August, and I may or may not be here to see it. We'll see. That is a huge question mark going on in my life right now. But, alrighty, coming down to the end, looking at the I-40 interchange. That truck on the right was pulling up to the van. Wonder if they were connected, same business or something. But let's go for the side views. Okay, I'm dealing with the unedited version of the left side view here. And I'll switch over to the other side when we get to the Parkway Bridge. Hopefully I can get this to match up correctly. Shouldn't be a huge deal. Anyhow, so we got the 𝐥𝐤𝐤 out there, waiting for use, waiting to be finished up. Waiting, 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 keep it on, waiting. I'm bored. Got some nice snowfall going on. Wonder how much accumulation we'll have. Man, I can't say that word. Weather channel. There he goes. He waves me in. And then this person passed, and I immediately got over, which is awesome. Neat cloud formations. We are in the transition zone. Looking at the weather channel, we are right on the border of sub-freezing. Well, we are sub-freezing. Winter weather advisory. Basically no snow accumulation. That sucks. Oh well. I was kind of hoping for at least one nice snowfall this year. Oh well. There's a decent view of the... we stopped a little bit back from that, didn't we? Paver machine working. Awesome cloud formation. Hope this comes across. I'm looking at the raw GoPro footage, which is 2.7K. There's the paver, all ready to go with some water there. Hope that doesn't freeze those containers out. 1958. Okay, we'll move it again. I'll pay attention to the video for a bit. Jay Leno drove a 1958 car. Looks interesting. Very unique shape. He does a really awesome job curating cars. That's what I'm looking for. Four days ago, the McMinn Le Mans Coupe. Very interesting layout. It's got to be front engine because they're sitting in the back. Okay, a little bit more movement. So you're probably enjoying the fact that I can edit out the sit still parts of the video, and you don't have to wait for any movement at all. Oh, this is so boring. As you can see, there's the rebar holder things. You can just barely see them over the top of the median thing, and then they go away. They're a little too far down the hill. I think the end of them was about here, maybe a little before, because there's the stack of them on that pallet. And then they had a barrier there. Those guys were standing on the barrier. So that's where they're going to take the rebar to. I wonder if that's previously paved or if it's old pavement. We'll have to go back and look at the old videos to see if that was paved. The new paving for the bridge. Seems like it should have been, because we drove down on the old pavement for a long time while they were building this section up as they finished the first side of the bridge. And then they shifted everybody down, and then now we're back over on this side. So I'm wanting to see that that's new paving. So when they run this paving up there, it'll be completed, and then they'll be working on the last section. That's an interesting question. I wonder how this is going to go, because that should be completed paving up to the bridge. They just have to finish everything around it, and all the drainage stuff that hasn't been buried yet. That's going to take some doing. I mean, not an incredible amount of time, but you're going to have to dig a hole, fill it back in, pack it properly, put it to final grade, and then pave over it. Still going to be a little bit. And then this barrier here, going out to the new work being done. Getting up some speed here. Coming down the other side, almost. Which means that we are about to go down the hill. And here we are at the work that hasn't been finished up near Long Shoals. And we get to go bottom out the hill and then go over the bridge and see the neat stuff happen. Honestly, I think that I've been looking at the old bridge updates, and the red crane that they're using at the Parkway Bridge and at the auxiliary road here is the one that they also use down at Glenbridge Road. I think they disassembled it and moved it to 2 miles because crawling it over there might not have made sense, but Maybe they crawled it. I don't know. Keep on keeping on. So there's all the stuff that they've been tearing out, maybe? I don't know. Getting ready for rebuilding the side. And we come to mostly a stop for a short bit. Nice view of a dumpster there. And up the hill we go. All the equipment and all the people sitting around there to help with this placement. And here we go, getting a good, nice side view of that beam going on. One truck, backlit. Wish I could do this in the morning when the sun's on the other side and it's not backlit. Two trucks, three trucks, empty trucks, four trucks. I don't think I saw any others. But those trucks crawling up this hill, super slow, are, yep, there it is. You know what that piece is? Or why the traffic was super slow. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to the right-hand view and go past the bridge from that direction and carry on out. So I'm going to start this at Long Shoals so it will be easier to compare. I'm gonna leave a little note in there for the Rockwood Road construction. But really, that's the only thing. And then going from Long Shoals, get a nice, great shot of that SVX, which looks like it's not in that great a shape. And we go up the hill. I may clip that out. So going up the hill, get to see all the work that has been done and changed to make this widening possible. Man, that was a lot of earth moving. I mean, that's a big pit right there that got filled in. And of course, the access road, which we just saw on the other side. And up we go to the top of the hill. And come on, come on, come on. Get a nice view of the Parkway Bridge at the top here. Being completed on that side, at least as much as it is. Once they get the bridge connected, then they're going to clean up this rock work at the bottom, finish up their retaining walls. They may leave that access road. That's going to be an interesting question to answer. Got a little bit of work here. And we go down the hill. You can see some work going on here. You can see a lot of the trees have been taken out. They've cut a whole lot of them down. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm sure most of them will grow back, but why'd they take them out? Maybe they're going to cut down the slope a little bit? Who knows? Push into that big old pit there. I don't know. I've always wondered why this was never built over, but maybe it's just too big of a pit. Nice shot of the pit here, though, for what you can see. There's that quick little glimpse, filter paper rolls and rebar stacked up. And down we go past the paved section, starting right here. Been driven on a lot. I will agree, this is very motion sickness inducing. I'm sorry. And here's the bridge. We have workers setting up the form and the rebar for an extra strong transition zone. And they're going to be paving up to that. So it's going to be interesting to see, and this has not been set up yet. They're obviously going to finish the other side. Then after they have the need of the bridge, they're going to clear out that side and do the paving there, I'm guessing. Anyhow, what was I saying? I could start in a sentence when I cut myself off. Don't need to do that. Paving the shoulder. I think there's some form work there that has been being done all along. So the form for the drainage is done. And I'm guessing they have all the pipes in place so that it flows out appropriately. Still a good bit being done, and that crane is still there. I dearly hope that it's not breaking the concrete. I mean, I don't know how heavy it is, but I guess if it can handle a 40-ton truck, it can handle a 40-ton crane. It's got to be moved soon. Maybe in the next 3 months. Amazing how they can be built so simply and so spindly, and they can hold so many tons. It's amazing. Getting a tow. Hope that wasn't a bad day for him. Oh, there's a plane there. Looks like it's going into the airport. Yeah, it's moving slow. And here we come to the end of the road. Down the slope. If you have watched this much, thank you very much. I hope to see you in the next update, which will be hopefully on Monday. If I'm feeling completely well, I will be at work and I will do the full run again on Monday. And we just have a lot to see. It's been an awesome journey. And I wonder how much of it I'm going to be able to see get finished. Anyhow, thank you for your time. Please do the like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.